hardest thing about mental health and addictions problems is not necessarily the feelings that we have internally. That feeling of loneliness, of isolation, it forces us to act in different ways, to pretend that we're okay, to be normal, whatever that is. It forces us to wear masks, to not be who we really are. But I'm going to tell you that mental health and addictions problems are liars. They're thieves of joy. They make us do things that we don't want to in ways that we don't want to do them. And when we do that, when we push down those feelings and don't actually deal with the root causes of the problems, when we don't look deep in ourselves and examine why the way that we're feeling is the way that we're feeling, it can have dire and in sometimes some circumstances fatal consequences.
Roberts. We're very proud to sponsor this first edition of Community Keynotes, which features another MPI member, Stu Greenoff. His message today is really extraordinary. It's about mental health and well-being in this time of COVID. Really important for our industry, really important for us as professionals, yes, but certainly as individuals and people. If you want to get more information and get some resources that are available specifically for this community, then I urge you to visit mpi.org/wellbeing.
Why do you feel that discussing mental health is such a taboo topic, especially for men?
You know, thankfully, I feel like we're living in a time that is starting to change, which is great. And I do feel that more and more people are being open about it. It's really tough being a guy talking about this kind of stuff and sort of pushing it all down as it kind of gets jammed into us as we're getting older. But I mean, the startling statistic that I found was that 75% of all successful suicides are male. But 2/3 of all suicide attempts are female, which doesn't really coalesce to what we would presume. So we know that men still aren't talking about their feelings, and it's leading them down that path that unfortunately, you know, some of them do succumb to their own illnesses. All I would say to any guy out there is that you know less of a man by talking about your own feelings, and you'll probably find plenty more people out there if you do open up to your own friend group. There's probably a couple of your buddies in there that are feeling similar as well, and you never know, we might just be able to help each other.
Stu, thank you so much for sharing your message. And I know how difficult it must be to share with an audience, but you're right. We do need to talk about this more.
I thank you so very much for your candid transparency, your openness, and just how real you were in your story.
I see you. You're not on your own, and you are loved.